Hello, and welcome to InsightBase, your trusted companion for health, longevity, and clarity in your golden years. Today, we're diving into a truth that many fear, but even more avoid talking about. Let me ask you something. What happens when the house is quiet, but it's not peace you feel? When birthdays pass, and no one calls? When you sit in your chair and realize you're the last one still here? It's a terrifying thought, but also a wake-up call. Today's video is titled, "In Old Age, If There's No One Left by Your Side, Here's What to Do." And let me be clear. I agree with this title, but not in the way most people think. Because being alone doesn't mean being abandoned. It doesn't mean helplessness. And it absolutely doesn't mean the story is over. You see, I've spent decades studying what helps people survive, and what helps them truly live. And what I've found will shock you. Because the solution isn't always family. It isn't always friends. Sometimes, it's something you never expected. But before we go further, please, take a second to like, share, and subscribe to InsightBase. Your support helps us bring more truth, more answers, and more strength to those who need it most. Now, get ready. Because what I'm about to share could completely change how you see loneliness in old age. And why, in many cases, being alone might be the beginning of the most powerful chapter of your life. According to a 2023 study by the US Census Bureau, over 27% of adults aged 60 and older live alone. In countries like Japan, Germany, and Sweden, the percentage exceeds 35%. This isn't a cultural quirk. This is a global shift, and it's killing people. In 2020, the National Academies of Sciences, Engineering, and Medicine released a landmark report. It stated that social isolation increases the risk of premature death by nearly 29%. That's not a typo. Nearly a third higher risk, just because no one is there. And if you think loneliness only causes emotional sadness, think again. A meta-analysis of 70 studies involving over 3.4 million participants found that chronic loneliness was more deadly than obesity and as dangerous as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. 15. Still think it's just in your head? Now, here's the twist. Being alone does not have to mean being lonely. And old age, even without anyone by your side, does not have to be a sentence. 1. Activate your longevity switch. Through novelty, the human brain contains a crucial region known as the hippocampus, which plays a significant role in memory and learning. Unfortunately, this area tends to shrink as we age and when faced with emotional stagnation or lack of new experiences. Fortunately, research shows that immersing ourselves in new and mentally stimulating environments can help regenerate the important neural connections we typically lose over time. Engaging in novel experiences, even when undertaken alone, can bring about remarkable changes to this vital area of the brain. A study published in 2022 in the journal Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience revealed a fascinating finding. Elderly individuals who made a habit of embarking on solo explorations, whether that was picking up a new language, navigating a route they've never taken before, or even engaging in gardening with unfamiliar plant species, demonstrated an average of 18% greater hippocampal volume compared to their peers who remained less active in these exploratory activities. This increase in hippocampal volume is crucial since it is directly linked to a delayed onset of dementia and other cognitive impairments. Therefore, if you find yourself without company, consider embracing uncertainty as a valuable ally in your daily life. Each morning, challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone and do something you've never done before, making a point to enjoy the fresh thrill of novelty each and every day. 2. Reset your hormones through physical pressure. Touch is a phenomenon that most people associate with social interactions and connection. However, from a medical perspective, touch functions as a significant hormonal regulator that can profoundly impact our well-being. A compelling study published in the journal Psychosomatic Medicine investigated this phenomenon and found that interventions such as self-massage and pressure-based stimulation, examples being the use of weighted blankets or infrared heat pads, led to a significant reduction in cortisol levels among elderly participants, with reductions observed around 31%. In addition, These methods were found to enhance the levels of oxytocin, the so-called connection hormone, even when no other human beings were present to facilitate that connection. This is not merely a psychological trick or superficial remedy, it is grounded in the principles of neurobiology. Your skin does not distinguish whether the comforting touch originates from another person or from your own deliberate self-care actions. Instead, your brain responds to the stimulation it receives, regardless of its source. What matters is the experience of touch itself. By understanding this connection, we can harness the power of tactile experiences to promote our physical and emotional health. Embracing this knowledge can lead to practical strategies that support overall wellness and longevity. 3. Defy biology through meaningful contribution. One of the most astonishing revelations in the field of aging research is the impact of altruism and purposeful engagement. Individuals who dedicate their time to meaningful activities, particularly those aimed at helping others, especially strangers, can, on average, extend their lifespans by up to 7 years. This striking data was highlighted in a comprehensive study conducted in 2019 at Carnegie Mellon University, which meticulously tracked adults aged over 60 who volunteered a mere 4 hours each week. The results were compelling. Those who participated in these altruistic activities experienced significant reductions in inflammation markers, a revitalization of their immune systems, and a remarkable 42% decrease in the risk of developing chronic diseases. What's even more intriguing is that the beneficial effects of volunteer work appeared to be amplified in individuals who lived alone. This suggests that the human body reacts more significantly not merely to the physical presence of others but rather to the meaningful purpose you assign to your time and actions. If you believe that your value or usefulness comes to an end when other people leave your side, that notion is a falsehood propagated by a society that often prioritizes youth and superficial connections above the deeper, more profound truths of life and contribution. 4. The gut-brain-heart axis and the isolation trap. Have you ever wondered what links your gut, your brain, and your cardiovascular health? The common thread is that they all depend heavily on microbial signals that are influenced by your daily habits and lifestyle choices. When an individual experiences isolation, several detrimental changes occur. Levels of physical movement decrease, dietary quality deteriorates, and there is a stark decline in the diversity of gut microbiota. Research published in the journal Cell Reports Medicine revealed that older adults who lived alone exhibited a 36% reduction in the diversity of their gut flora. This lack of diversity was closely associated with an increased vulnerability to mental health issues, particularly depression, as well as a greater risk of cardiovascular diseases. However, an encouraging finding from this research was that when these same individuals incorporated daily foods rich in probiotics into their diets, even without any corresponding increase in social activities, their depressive symptoms saw a decline of 27%, and their blood pressure returned to healthier levels. Therefore, it's important to recognize that foods like kefir, miso, and fermented vegetables, while they may not be the latest food trends, are actually essential components for maintaining our overall health and well-being. 5. Cultivating a new community. However, not in the way you might expect. You may think that in order to enhance your social life, you need to make 10 new friends or form numerous new connections. However, the truth is that what you truly require is just one meaningful link that connects you to the broader world outside your immediate environment. This significant relationship can often come from the most unexpected sources. A 2021 pilot study conducted by the University of Exeter revealed intriguing insights about social interactions among elderly individuals. Those who engaged regularly online, even in conversations with complete strangers, such as through discussion forums and social media, reported experiencing lower levels of loneliness and significantly higher life satisfaction compared to their peers who maintained only distant relationships with family members. Interestingly, it appears that acquaintances, including strangers, can sometimes serve as better support systems than even our blood relatives. This phenomenon can be attributed to the fact that when we have certain expectations from our close family members, those expectations can lead to feelings of disappointment if they are not met. Conversely, when individuals come together with a shared purpose or interest, genuine connections are often created. So, take the initiative to get online. Engage with others. Leave comments, share your thoughts and experiences, create content that matters to you, and actively contribute to discussions. There is a vast community out there, and somewhere, someone is actively searching for insights, knowledge, and perspectives that you possess. Your voice and contributions could resonate deeply with others who may also be seeking connection and camaraderie in their lives. So, what have we uncovered today? We've shattered the myth that growing old alone is the end of the road. Because science is clear, it's not who you have around you, it's what you do with your time, your body, and your mind that decides your future. We now know that loneliness isn't just emotional, it's biological. It can shrink your brain, suppress your immunity, and silently shorten your life. But we've also learned something powerful: you can fight back. By embracing novelty, by stimulating your body through self-care, by finding meaning in contribution, by nurturing your gut and rewiring your brain, and even by building digital bonds, you are not just surviving old age, you're rewriting it. And here's the part no one tells you. Some of the longest living people on Earth didn't spend their final years surrounded by loved ones. They spent them surrounded by purpose. So if there's no one left by your side, good. Because this is the moment you take the lead. Now, before we close, if today's message resonated with you, or if you believe it could help someone else facing these silent battles, don't forget to like this video, share it, and hit that subscribe button. It's a small action, but it fuels us to keep bringing you truth that matters, not fluff, not filler, just what could save or change a life. This is InsightBase. And remember, even in solitude, you are never truly alone, if you choose to keep moving forward. Until next time, stay strong, stay sharp, and don't you dare fade quietly.